Hello and welcome to DY's 2023 October Flash Halloween Extravaganza First Impressions Banner Review video. I don't know why I said extravaganza, but anyways, with this banner we have 3 new seasonal characters: Water Vikala, Dark Tikoh, and Earth Dante. I'm sorry that this video is dropping a bit late. I may or may not have slept in this morning and lost a bit of time to record and edit. But anyways, let's get right into the banner. Other than the 3 new units, we also have Wamdus on raid up as well. Wamdus herself is a unit that has not been utilized too frequently. At the moment, she's only really used in Mugen. In that fight, she's used for Kengo teams in both group and solo situations. The weapon, on the other hand, provides the foundation for modern Varuna grids. Those grids tend to use 2 to 3 copies, and Hrisvelga setups can even use more for extreme min-maxing. So, the question on everyone's minds, is this banner worth to spark? Maybe. There's a couple things that you want to take into account. Firstly, if you're missing any previous year Halloween units, and you want those characters more, so examples include Halloween Lich, Mugen, Florence, those guys, it might be worth waiting. From 2020 onwards, we have had a Legend banner at the end of October, around the 29th, where all previous Halloween units are rate up and sparkable. We don't know for sure whether this banner will exist again this year, but seeing as that they gave warning for the all summer character banner's removal beforehand, I think it is more likely that the all Halloween banner will return this year. Since I'm seeing a little bit of confusion on this topic, I just want to reiterate that the Mei Koregura, which announced the changes to the summer banner, was very clear in that it referred only to that particular banner, and not the Halloween or any other seasonal banners. So as far as we know, there's nothing that confirms or deconfirms the all Halloween banner. Moving on from that, a decent reason to spark on this banner is the raid up weapon, Calamitous Aquashade. As mentioned previously, you need quite a few copies of this weapon to optimize Varuna grids, so having it be raid up alongside brand new seasonal characters is a really nice bonus. As always, I just want to mention that going primal is not necessary for any content in the game, and particularly more so for Guild War. Will primal be better than Magna? Of course, but necessary? No, not at all. As a reminder, here are some upcoming notable banners so that you can plan your pulls accordingly. As a brief anecdote, last year it was possible to save a full spark starting from 0 rolls between this banner and December 31st New Year's banner. Assuming a similar amount of crystal income this year, it might be possible again. So, with that out of the way, let's finally talk about the new characters. First up, we have Water Vikala, the 5th SSR Zodiac to bless Water. Vi is feeling a little bit left out side games. Could they maybe get some love? I don't know. Perhaps 2024's Dragon Zodiac will be fire. Anyways, back to Vicky. Vikala is a skill damage oriented character that also provides pretty good defensive utility to the party. She's likely to be used in many full auto setups and also in certain HL solos. I'm not too well versed in subby water solo meta, but the Kengo solo I watched with her seems quite fun. Link in the description below. Pretty much all of Vicky's skill set boosts skill damage in one way or the other. Her skill 1 boosts skill cap, and her S2 and S3 provide supplemental damage to skills. Her first passive is similar to how Valentine's Cassius functions, and autocasts her S2 whenever a total of 4 skills have been used by the team. This allows her to use her field in full auto, and it also has an alternate version whenever the field is active, similar to her Dark SSR. This version provides some sustain to the party alongside a skill nuke. Her S3 is similar to Holiday Mahira. It procs a plain damage nuke whenever a certain skill damage threshold is met. It also inflicts the enemy with damage taken amplified with 22 hits. You might know this debuff by its old name Wide Open, which is provided by characters like Yukata Silva or Grand Percy. This skill has obvious synergy with other units that also deal a lot of skill damage, such as Katoru, Cassius, and the new 5-star uncapped Haselia. The last skill I just want to mention is her S1. It provides 20-20 damage mitigation, and while this number might seem lower compared to other similar skills, I think it is clearly offset by how frequently you can use it as it refreshes on her charge attack. Vicky's looking to be a really strong character for full auto and HL setups, and we almost certainly will see people use her in next month's Guild War. She is lacking a bit in the Dispel department, but perhaps that role can be covered by other units in the party. Next up, we have Halloween Tikoh. I just want to point out that I really like this art, and it's probably my favorite Tikoh art. Anyways, like her other two versions, she provides some sustain through her skills, and has a blue potion passive. Unlike the other two, however, she has some enmity activation mechanics and also provides some potent offensive buffs. Her S1 and S2 are fairly straightforward. Her S2 can be extremely strong if the enemy constantly debuffs the team, and her S1 is a way to increase her healing output as well as charge attack more frequently, as it autocasts upon enemy special actions. Her charge attack also provides very solid defensive buffs. Her most interesting skill, however, is her S3. At the cost of 40% of current HP, this skill places 3 stacks of Stimolante, I hope I pronounced that right, onto each party member. 1 stack is used whenever the unit attacks, and it provides a ramping buff with the following effects. An important thing to note about this skill is that this buff is not tied to Tikoh herself, which means that you can death her and still receive the benefits of the skill on your other characters. Tikoh looks to be a decent full auto sustain unit, especially if the enemy's debuffing a lot. However, I feel that the most exciting part about the character is her future potential. Her S3 is quite unique, and she's one of a few enmity activators in the game, which can become relevant with the appropriate support. At the moment, I don't think she has a place in any burst setups, as most of the time, deathing a character like Nia or Kupitan will probably be better. But perhaps with more character or grid options in the future, or just a bigger brain than me, she could become good for those sorts of teams. Finally, we have Halloween Dante, who looks like he's come straight out of the Cats musical. Dante is an offensive unit that also provides some team buffs that help with his damage output. His toolkit revolves around his unique stack Irreplaceables. He starts the battle with 2 and gains 1 every turn. However, he will lose 2 if he takes damage. His third skill can help maintain some of those stacks, as it provides a large shield depending on how much charge bar is consumed. This skill also provides Dispel Cancel, which is very much needed as his S1 and S2 buffs are all dispellable. Speaking of S1, that skill alongside his first passive makes up the bulk of Dante's personal damage. Both of these skills provide more potent effects the higher Irreplaceable stacks he has. However, the most notable part of Dante's kit is his second passive, which provides 10% echo to Earth allies on triple attacks. This passive is significant as it stacks with many other sources in the game, like the Chain of Falsehood. In other elements, characters with this passive have been used for many burst setups. Examples include Summer Anilla, Water Zeta, and Grand John. All 3 of these units tend to be used in very short, low button rotations, and Dante may fill a similar role. In Earth, characters like Yukata and Summer Illnot provide triple attack for the team, so its condition may not be too limiting either. Outside of these setups, Dante looks to be an okay offensive unit for full auto teams, and much of his damage output will be determined by whether he can maintain his unique stacks. And that's it for this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found the information helpful. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. I'm particularly excited for next week as the new Super Ultimate Raid will be releasing. I will of course be streaming all of that, so come check it out on the Twitch stream if you want to see me get face rolled by the new boss. Anyways, that's it from me. Good luck if you're pulling, stay strong if you're saving, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.